On Friday, April 25, 2025, two judges were arrested in separate incidents related to alleged interference with federal immigration enforcement efforts as part of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Dugan was arrested by the FBI and charged with obstruction of justice and concealing an individual to prevent arrest. She allegedly helped an undocumented immigrant, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, evade arrest by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE agents. On April 18, 2025, ICE agents arrived at her courtroom to arrest Flores Ruiz, a Mexican citizen facing domestic violence charges, using an administrative warrant. Dugan reportedly became visibly angry, confronted the agents, and insisted they needed a judicial warrant. She then escorted Flores Ruiz and his attorney out of the courtroom through a non-public jury door, allowing him to briefly evade arrest. Agents chased and apprehended him outside the courthouse. The Justice Department and FBI Director Kash Patel accused Dugan of intentionally misdirecting agents, creating a public safety risk. Dugan was arrested at the Milwaukee County Courthouse around 8:30 a.m. local time and released on bond after appearing in federal court. She faces charges of obstructing a government proceeding and concealing an individual, with a plea hearing scheduled for May 15th. Her attorney stated she regrets and protests her arrest and plans to defend herself vigorously. The arrest sparked protests outside the courthouse and criticism from Democrats, who called it an attack on judicial independence, while some Republicans supported it as upholding law and order.
So rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out. She goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom, you're not going to believe this, takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave, while a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom.
Wow. Joel Cano and his wife Nancy Cano were arrested by Homeland Security Investigations, HSI agents on Thursday, April 24, 2025. With charges announced on Friday. They were accused of evidence tampering related to harboring undocumented immigrants, including a Venezuelan national, Christian Ortega Lopez, suspected of ties to the Trendy Aragua gang, a U.S.-designated foreign terrorist organization. Cano allegedly destroyed Ortega Lopez's cell phone, and Nancy Cano reportedly instructed him to delete his Facebook account containing incriminating photos with weapons. The couple was also accused of harboring other undocumented immigrants on their property. Cano resigned from his judicial position in March 2025 after HSI raided his property in February, arresting Ortega Lopez and others. The Justice Department stated that Cano's actions involved tampering with evidence in a federal investigation. Both Joel and Nancy Cano were charged with evidence tampering and conspiracy to tamper with evidence. Cano denied knowledge of the criminal ties, calling the allegations sensationalism.
Agarré, patrona.
Oh.
Agarré duro.
Oh, sí, está pesado. Está pesado. Yo no sabía que estaba.
What, is it?
Yeah, it's heavy.
Put it on.
A ver, claro, patrón, ¿cómo es que sí?
These arrests were framed by the Trump administration as part of a broader effort to enforce immigration laws and hold accountable officials who obstruct federal operations. Attorney General Pam Bondi and border czar Tom Homan emphasized that nobody is above the law, linking the cases to the administration's zero-tolerance policy on illegal immigration. Critics, including Democratic lawmakers and legal experts, argued the arrests represent an escalation of tensions between the administration and the judiciary, raising concerns about judicial independence and potential authoritarianism. A similar case occurred in 2018 when a Massachusetts judge was charged with helping an undocumented immigrant evade ICE, though those charges were later dropped. That's all for the news today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Have a fantastic day.